Welcome back to the Opal Dungeon. We're going to cut some opal again today. That's what we do. There'll be a story with this opal. I'm sure some of you are still mad about the last video. I actually haven't put it out yet, but it'll go out today. About my review of Blacklighter's handy parcel. Just so you're aware that within an hour of shooting that video, I was back on a Blacklighter's Facebook Live and I spent $350 buying more opal rough from them. If I tell you I got something from them that I was disappointed in, it's not a condemnation of everything that they sell. I obviously find value in some of the stuff they sell. I just gave you my honest opinion on that parcel of 100 carats for $100. Anyway, this will be something similar. I'm going to make some people mad. And I don't like it, really, I don't. But I've put myself in this position of being, I don't know of anybody else on YouTube that gives you an honest evaluation of places to buy opal. And sometimes I get really good value. Sometimes I break even. Sometimes I've been absolutely scammed and screwed and lost money. And that just kind of is what it is. But here's a video that I've put off for a while. Some of you might wonder why I don't buy off of Opal auctions, which is one of the largest places to buy opal from. And I don't know that I've talked about it for quite a while. I think I probably talked about it a little bit when I first started, and I even did some videos on how to buy off of opal auctions. And I don't remember if I even published those videos, but I shot some videos on it. And I realized that I wasn't getting good value for the stuff I was buying there. And so I didn't put out some of the videos that I shot. And this is going to make some people mad, but the person I bought from the most was 53 Frogs, Riley Gunn. And I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars buying stuff on there, and I don't think I ever cut anything that was worth a darn. And he did some auctions that were called Blue Emu auctions, where you had a chance to get a number one. He has his opal rough ranked from 1 to 8, I think it is. 1 being the best of the best, and 2, still pretty good. 3, 4, all the way down to like practice parcels or potch, whatever. And I just, to make this story short, I did the math and I figured out that if I bought 4 of those Blue Emu auctions, statistically, I would have about a 90% chance of getting a number 1 grade opal rough from him. And so I bought 4 of them and I won a number 1 grade auction. And I waited with great anticipation for those to show up. And all 4 of those, I think I had 3 number 3s and a number 1. Super, super excited to get them. It was all junk. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, there's got to be a mistake here. This number 1 that I got can't be a number 1. And he was like, I don't make mistakes. I grade thousands of pieces. I guarantee you that if you sent me that piece, I would cut a really nice stone out of it. So I went, okay. And again, where it's 4 weeks to send stuff back, $25 and a 30-minute, nightmare at the post office filling out customs forms and that stuff. I just didn't send it back. I just went over. I'm going to cut that piece today, or I'm going to show it to you and I'm going to cut it. And you tell me, I've learned a lot more since then, and I'm still standing by my statement that this thing was not a number 1 grade piece of rough, and it never had a chance of cutting anything, and nobody that looks at this that knows opal would think, oh, this is a number 1 grade that's going to cut a really nice stone. Let me show it to you. All right, the 2 stones we're going to cut today is this $60 22 karat chunk, a Blacklighter's auction. And I think that one will cut a stone. But let's look at this one. So I paid for and won enough Blue Emu auctions to finally win a number 1. Number 1. Then I'd looked at hundreds of his number 1s. I just didn't want to spend that much money at the time on opal rough. So I finally won one and I got it in. Let's look at it. When I got it, I reached out to him and said, hey, I think there must be a mistake. This can't be a number 1. I've seen your number 1 material. It's all nice, big, bright color bars. And he said, I don't make mistakes. I grade thousands of pieces, and I know what I'm doing. If I was to get that piece, send it back to me and I'll cut a stone out of it. And I didn't. The main problem is, one, look at your color bar there is less than a mil thick. Your potch that's going to back that color bar is maybe a mil thick, mil and a half. You know, at the thickest, here down at the thinnest, it's less than half a mil. This isn't going to cut a stone. There's nobody that knows opal that would look at this and go, yep, this is a #1 piece of high grade that's going to cut an awesome stone. We're going to cut it today. We're going to go into this color bar and see if it actually has something that faces. But this is why I quit buying opal off of Opal auctions, and specifically from Riley Gun 53 Frogs. I felt like after spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars with them, I never ended up with a decent stone one. And this right here was the tipping point where I was like, okay, well, if that's his idea of a #1, then I'll buy elsewhere. I'm sure a lot of you have had other experiences. Maybe you love him. Maybe he's treated you good. But this one soured me. Let's see what we got. I mean, I have it. We might as well look into it. And we'll look at this one so that we can be sure that we're going to cut something. Let's go cut. All right, here we go. This is my #1 grade 53 Frogs Blue Emu Opal Rough. It's going to be red. See there? This will probably be the fastest cut in the history of the channel. I'm going to tickle just enough off to see what we got here. I don't need to take off on this bit right here. We have red. We don't have a smooth face yet. We haven't gotten down to even a smooth face. Our thickness is about 1.5 mils, maybe 2 mils. Well, you're going further with this stone. I don't even think that I'll rough out the edges of this. We'll just see what we can do about taking the color bar down just enough to get something that we can see the color in. Glad I got an opportunity to cut some #1 grade opal. This is not #1 grade opal. This was a 22 karat chunk of opal bought for $60. Shouldn't expect much for a piece that's 22 carats and $60. We have color. So this has color bars that run sort of slightly, I'm exaggerating, they're this angle, they're about this angle instead of parallel with the top and bottom, they're angled slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and in here and see which one faces the best and possibly split it. We're going to go in parallel with the color bar down to the color bar. Okay, we've got color showing through there. This one's got a crack right there. There we go. We've got a little bit further to go on this base. You might want to want to split this. There's a potch line right there in the middle. It's a potch line that we might could sneak a blade through. And we'd get a stone about right there on the top. And we get possibly this whole thickness right here. I think that's what we'll do is I'm going to split this right down that potch line right here. Okay, I started to cut it and it broke off. Must have had some sort of a fracture in there. But we're going to try and get a piece out of that and then a piece out of this. Let's try. this side if we go down the board. Kinda. Okay, there's our stone. Right in there. Create a parallel face where our color bar is running. Enough to get, and we can dop that up and see what we can get out of it. That break right there, kind of a shame because we probably could have got quite a bit bigger stone. But I think we'll just dop that up and make ourselves a nice oval right there. The other piece right here. Dop that up and see what we can get out of it. Alright, we'll be right back and dop it up. I'm going to try that angle right there to see how well it works, to show you what I'm doing without being in the way, and to give you a better view, hopefully. Do an oval. Why? Because I like ovals. I figured out, I went through a bunch of stones that I have cut. I know, I cut ovals 90% of the time. I have very few rounds, which I'm surprised I avoid rounds as much as I have. I actually have settings for rounds, and I was like, oh, I guess I better start looking for something I can cut into a round. But here's the thing, if I look at the stones I've cut, 90% of them are rounds. If I look at stones that I've actually set and have in jewelry, 90% of them are ovals, I'm sorry. And 90% of what I've cut is ovals, because if I look at the stuff that I've actually liked enough to set in the jewelry, 90% of it is ovals. It's what looks good in jewelry, it's what's easy to find a setting for, it's what... The question is, at my lowest point right there, do we have color or does that need to come in? Looks like we might. Somebody commented yesterday, if you don't dop that up straight, you'll never get a good cut, basically. Well, yeah, for most people. I just taught myself how to cut them at whatever angle they end up on the dop stick. I just modify the way I move it to get the cut that I need. It's easier when they're straight, but it doesn't mean you can't get a good cut when one's not perfectly dopped. side is really taking away a lot of our stone there. Zoom that in a little more, maybe. What's that? Come in just a little bit, just because that dip on the side is taking way too much. Okay. Our main piece here. Chip right there. Oh, it's so close to being at the bottom of the color bar. And I don't like that super long, exaggerated oval. Colors might have put on this side here either, so see if we can work with that. I don't know. Starting to like it better. Everything's subjective. Everybody has stuff that pleases their eye. I know some people like freeform. They would rather have a freeform than a standard calibrated cut. That's not me. There really is hurting this. I don't think I can get through it. I don't think I can get through it and not lose too much stone.
chance to start to come. Maybe if we just put just a littlest bit more off of there. Always a little bit of refining as you start to cut your dome, and you'll reveal irregularities in your shape that you can't see before. We're going to try and get 4 carats out of this one. It was 22 carats. Well, I guess we got this other piece still, so we get 4 carats out of this one. And 2 out of the other one, that would be 6. That's almost 25%, a little bit over 25% yield, I guess. I'd say the only thing that kind of bad about this one right here is it's right in that middle size between ring stone and pendant stone. Okay, I think I'm ready for the other stone, the other wheel on that one. This one's already ready for the other wheel. This one right here, we dopped it up. And we're ready for the other wheel. Alright, tell me how you like that view versus kind of what I've been doing. It's easier for me, and I don't think it's much worse. I'm going to take that 1/4 of a mil of extra material that we had on the face of this. That's all we're going to do. I'm hoping to get 2 carats out of this piece. I find this wheel right here to be a little bit easier to get my shape perfected because it doesn't have the wobble the other wheel has. It's a little bit more consistent of a cut. This one is a corundum wheel, the other one's a diamond wheel, and I find this corundum cuts smoother and better. Okay, that one's ready for the next wheel. Don't heat it. Should have a couple carats there. Should have about 4 in the other one. Everything's ready. Let's get this one. Nope, we haven't got this one ready. This one still needs this wheel. stone. It's a little $60 22 karat Cooper chunk. Got great thickness. Had a little bit of irregularity in my dome there that I just took out. All right, finish wheel. Sorry, this new belt that I just put on here is noisy. Number one grade, top grade, Opal option, 53 frogs, material. Ready for polish. We almost went through the color bar there. That surprises you. A quick preview of what happens here on the wheel, because I'm going to do this right here for about 2 more minutes, and then I'll show you what we got. I'll pop them off the top sticks, I'll clean up the bottoms, cut a little bevel on the bottom edge there so they can be set if I choose to set them, and then we'll show you what we got. Okay, first things first, let's weigh, see if we got our 4 carats and 2 carats like we were hoping to get 6. I think we did. 5.5, and 2 on the dot. So 6.4, no, 7.4, sorry. 5.8 with some water on it. 7.8, just under 8 carats. Now let's zoom in and look at them a little bit closer.
All right, let's look at our Blacklighters $60 chunk. I think we got good value on this one. It was a fun cut. We got 2 stones. Got a little bit of smudge on that one. Typical Cooper PD oranges, golds. Thankfully, the bigger one is better stone. That one was definitely worth the 60 bucks we paid. That's actually a pretty nice stone. Ended up being brighter than I thought it would when I first pulled that one out of the package. Maybe walk in the sun and see if we can't show it to you a little bit better. I just don't get great lighting in here, but you can see that one's a nice Cooper PD. And our Opal Auctions #1 piece. That's what we got. It does have a little bit of red in it. You can see I didn't take off much, but we already started to get through the color bar right there. That's not even something you can cut a doublet out of. So as you can see, that one left a bad taste in my mouth. And to kind of just be told that I didn't know enough about opal to know that it wasn't a really great stone, I just decided I would find another place to get my opal from. And I have. Anyway, let me see if I can get a good view of these outside. Sunlight is almost too much. If we can just the exposure. That's just a nice, solid, high-domed piece of Cooper. I like that stone. A little one, 2 carats. Also a nice little stone, ring stone size, perfect ring stone size. And things get slippery. Anyway. Okay, this is probably the best look. Sunlight is just too oversaturated right now directly. This is just kind of under room lighting. A couple of nice stones.